said, "You are from Bamberg. You make lace there, beautiful lace, and my daughter is getting married. So why don't you pay for her lace dress?" I said, "Okay." And so my son went to university.
Others weren't so easily able to resolve their differences with the communist authorities. The hit TV series of this era of forgetting was a communist cop show called Major Zeman, produced under the auspices of the Ministry of the Interior. This episode about terrorist musicians was inspired by a rock group who were to change Czech history, the Plastic People of the Universe.
Tak mi dej hlášku ještě zas jednou opustí. Ruce vzhůru! A obrať to! Do Mnichova!
To perform in public, the Plastics had to audition for a license.
One of the officials said, cut their hair, send them down the mines, or send them to jail. After 2 weeks, we received a letter from the Cultural Center in Prague stating they couldn't license us due to the negative impact of our music. They said our lyrics were morbid. In fact, I think they were just looking for an excuse.
The Plastics continued performing in unlicensed concerts at unofficial venues. It was hippies versus the communist state. After 2 years of constant harassment, they were arrested in September 1976 on charges of organized disturbance of the peace.
They took us to a grave-like basement. It was very depressing. When they lock you in here, the feeling is horrible at first. You don't know how long you'll stay here and think about everything you've screwed up. I was released after 5 months without a trial. Only those in the band who had gone to university were given a jail sentence.
The Plastics were arrested not because they were performing against the government and against the regime, but simply because they behaved the way they wanted to. And the communists hated that.
Václav was very interested in what was going on with us. When we were in jail, he collected signatures for a petition, even from abroad.
And then we got the idea to create something more permanent, and not just to concentrate on this one court case. In that atmosphere, Charter 77 was born.
On January the 1st, 1977, a Charter for Human Rights in Czechoslovakia was published and a dissident movement founded.
Sure, Plastic People contributed to the foundation of the Charter.
Karel Gott is one musician the communist regime wanted on their side. He is the biggest star ever to come out of Czechoslovakia.
Only you.
Only you.
During the era of forgetting, he claimed he made the country more money than Skoda cars.
Přinést možná.
In those days, yes. I think I made the communist regime around 100 million Deutschmark.
Deutsche Mark. 100 milionů.
100 million, more than a factory.
Do které ovšem se musí na rozdíl od dvou hlasivek investovat spousta materiálu.
Unlike my two vocal cords, however, they had to invest money and a lot of work and buy materials to build a factory.
Proti něčemu ty devizy získat, aby tu fabriku mohli postavit.
Já nechci růže na rtěl, já nechci pláč, já chci jen zpět. A do hrobu mě dejte píseň.
Já jsem v těch 70. a 80. letech
In the 1970s and 80s, I had become so popular, not only in the West and here, but also in the vast Soviet Union.
nejenom u nás, ale i v tom obrovském Sovětském svazu.
Millions of people supported me, and those above me were thinking, what do we do with a singer who is so successful? We cannot do anything with him. We've lost control over him. They could do two things. They could arrest me or award me. And they awarded me. They decided it would be better if I could bring them in foreign currency.
Gott received several awards from the communist regime, but their approval carried a price tag. In 1978, he signed a so-called anti-charter against Havel's organization, although he says he didn't understand what he was signing.
Já jsem nepodepsal antikartu.
I didn't sign the anti-charter. They didn't tell me it was an anti-charter. I thought it was an attendance list.
Jenomže, a teď už jsme u té cílené...
But they want to portray me as the communist regime's singer who protests against the charter.
Zpěváka režimu, který protestuje proti té chartě. Kdyby tam byla politika, tak...
If I had brought my politics into my performances, I would have had to express clearly which side I was on. And if I had stood against the system, I would have been finished as a singer. Naturally, I don't have to prove I'm doing well all the time. You can see I'm doing well. To have this terrace overlooking Prague, this is proof that I've been successful.
Rewards for some, but increasingly reprisals for those who openly challenged the communists.
That special house, what you see now, it isn't the dream of Corbusier, but I think more dream of George Orwell, because it is House of Police, which it built 3 months ago, and the whole day, every day, they live inside and they follow all my steps and everything what I do in my country house. Sometimes they are here also during the night, but mainly only during the day. They are my new neighbors. I'm sorry for that short interruption, but police car drove around our house, and we are a little bit afraid that they see us.
A byli kolem domu a jednou sem, a to bylo právě, myslím...
The police were all around my house, and there was a policeman in uniform who kept following me all the time and was always a meter behind me. And once I decided to walk the dog round and round the garden, and he was following me, of course, round and round too. And a friend of mine filmed that for the BBC.
Zkrátka a dobře, měl jsem takzvanou ostrahu, že což byl odkrytý.
They weren't spying on me secretly. It was quite blatant, the surveillance and restriction of my freedom of movement.
Hlídání člověka, omezování jeho svobody pohybu a podobně.
Sometimes I really couldn't